know when we're writing sentences is that most of our sentences need to end with something. Does anybody know what that's called? End with something. Punctuation. What are some examples of some punctuation that we might use at the end of a sentence? Vanessa?
Question mark.
Question mark. Jordy?
Period.
Period. What about you, Anderson? You had your hand up really quickly. So one of the things that's really important is that writers use end punctuation, like periods and exclamation points, to show the end of a thought, of an emotion, or of a small moment. Now we're going to look at a piece of writing, and I'm going to tell you something ahead of time. That piece of writing does not have any end punctuation. And we're going to need your image. So Beatriz and I are going to show you how maybe we might include some end punctuation, and then you're going to help us. And then, after that, you are going to talk about it on your own with a partner. Okay? And so before we do anything independently in our writer's notebooks, we're going to do it together. So let's put our writer's notebook behind us. So I think many of you might know this story already.
Okay. This is from, what's the chapter?
Pinky and Rex and the Spelling Bee.
Okay. This is chapter 5, Laughter. Pinky wanted to run out of the room, but all he could do was stand there in front of his whole laughing class. Like a fool. How could this have happened? He wasn't a baby. He looked over at Anthony, the new kid, was doubled over with laughter, as if he didn't even care that he just lost the spelling bee.
Oh my gosh. That was a lot of words. Do you feel really tired, Beatriz?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to take a breath. Just where there were commas, that's where I was able to stop, but other than that, I couldn't take a breath.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we can maybe at least start putting some punctuation in. So we're going to show you first, Jasmine, right? And then you'll have an opportunity. Okay. So let's try it.
So I'm going to try reading the first section and see where would be a good place where I can put an ending punctuation mark, okay? Pinky wanted to run out of the room, but all he could do was stand there in front of his whole laughing class. I feel like I've already taken a long time, and I already feel like there was an end to a thought at the very beginning. Let me go back. Pinky wanted to run out of the room. I think that's an end of a thought.
Yeah. Oh, I see some people who agree. I see some people agree. What do you think, Raheem? Do you think they need a period there? Okay. So where should I put the period?
I think it should go after the word room.
Okay. Pinky wanted to run out of the room.
It's the end of a thought, and it's a telling sentence.
Okay.
But all he could do was stand there in front of his whole laughing class, like a fool. I think
That to me seems like a really descriptive sentence, but it seems like one big thought again. And before we could go, how could this have happened? I feel like they need another period there.
Ooh, some agreement. Jazz agrees.
Jordy agrees. Raheem? You agree too? Okay.
Okay. How could this have happened? He wasn't a baby. What do you guys think? What punctuation should we try next? Because I feel like there was a part there where we need a punctuation mark. Anderson, what are you thinking?
A question mark, how could this happen?
How did you know that you needed to use a question mark, Anderson?
It's really obvious it's really obvious. It sounded like a question, so it is a question.
So it sounded like a question when we said it, but I'm also wondering if there's a word in the sentence that might have told you that it needed a question mark.
How?
So it seems like you wanted to share a thought, but you didn't raise your hand. Do you want to share something now? Okay.
It was like how?
So where should the question mark go, Anderson?
After happened.
It happened. Okay. He wasn't a baby. What should go there? So why don't you turn and talk to the person next to you about what you think should go after he wasn't a baby?
I think
You want to
What do you think? I'm thinking he wasn't a baby. I'm thinking like a period because that kind of seems like a little bit, but it tells me like if it does a little bit, it tells me a lot about how he feels. Like he wasn't a baby. It sounds like a period to me.
I think it was an exclamation point because he's like he wasn't a baby, kind of like asking, like kind of like being
Yelling?
having a big feeling.
I think the same thing. So. I think I think the same thing.
Okay, let's come back.
Me too.
Who wants to share what they and their partner were thinking? Vanessa.
I thought that after he wasn't a baby, I think you should put exclamation point because it's like he isn't a baby with a little bit of a big feeling because he knows he's not a baby and I imagine if I were Pinky, I would have had a big feeling if I was a baby.
Jordy, I see you going like this. Did you feel that way at first, Jordy?
Yeah, if I were Pinky, I will have a big feeling like that. Like, yeah, I'll feel like that. I'll feel like.
And what do you think, Henderson and Jasmine?
I think that we should put like a punctuation because it sounded the whole sentence he was a baby sounded like a big feeling.
So you said you think it needs a punctuation mark. What kind of punctuation mark does it need?
The green one on that paper.
What is that green one called?
Exclamation mark.
Okay, let's put it. So he wasn't a baby! Exclamation point. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that we know all about you as writers is that all of you are really awesome at creating small moment stories. And so what you're going to do right now is you're going to think of a small moment that you can write about in anywhere from 3 to 6 sentences, and you are going to write that, and you are going to choose to use different ending punctuation marks. Okay, and at the end, when you're all done writing, what we're going to have you do is we're going to share around our circle, and you're going to say, I chose to use a, and you're going to tell us what punctuation mark you chose to use, a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. And you're going to say, I chose to put a here because, just like you were sharing about why we chose to put a certain punctuation mark here, you're going to share about your own writing as well. Okay? So let's get our writing notebooks out and our pencils, and you can start writing. Are you going to write, or are you going to play with Legos? You're going to play with Legos, then you need to go over there, because you can't be part of our group. And take out your notebook. Okay. So I see that you have almost a whole sentence there. A teeny girl and a teeny. Let's keep going. As we read sentence out. You can write about it. Read it out.
A teeny girl in a teeny house lived with her dog, and one day.
Oh my gosh. Stop. teeny girl in a, I'm gonna read it out loud the way that you have it written. A teeny girl in a teeny house lived with a dog, and one day the dog. Do you feel like that's more than one thought, or it's only one thought? It's bigger than one thought. So I'm wondering where we might be able to put an ending punctuation mark. How about you read it out loud to see if you can hear? Why did you choose to use a period there instead of an exclamation point or a question mark?
Because it was a thought. And there was the end of the sentence. And I know periods are what you put at the end of the sentence. And they had the thought.
So do you need to have the and there, or you can say one day?
Trying to think of the name of a word.
Yeah.
You can erase the and.
Just sound it out. Do the best you can. Oh, stop. Anderson, I want you to go back and read what you've written and think, would it be a good spot to take a breath, okay? An end of a thought. I see more than one thought there. Go back and start. Read it in your mind. One day, February 16 was my what? Oh, yeah. It was my birthday. One day, February 16 was my birthday when I find out that there was no school. I was surprised. Okay, stop writing for a second, Anderson. Let's read it one more time and think of where your thought ended, okay? One day, February 16 was my birthday when I find out that there was no school. Do you think that's an end of a thought? So now let's read the next sentence and find out where we would put the next punctuation mark. I was surprised. Oh, why did you put an exclamation mark there?
Because I explained how I had a huge feeling that I thought my birthday was continue at school.
Oh, so you had a strong emotion, a strong feeling. Nice. As you keep writing, think, when I have an end of a thought, what punctuation mark should I use? Okay? Keep writing.
So writers, who has a sentence that they want to share using?
Set your pencils down.
Who has a sentence that they would like to share? Jasmine. Do you want, how about you first read the sentence out loud and then you can use our sharing.
When I was not allowed to smell it, I was disappointed. I chose to put an exclamation mark there because I know that when I said it, I kind of had a yelling voice instead of my calm voice.
You had a strong feeling. Nice.
Well, we have one more share and then Vanessa.
I wrote a teeny girl lived. I wrote one day the dog bit her. Ouch. I decided to put an exclamation point too because it was a surprise for me because I'm the teeny girl.